Hello, dear friends. I'm back again. The Talmud tells a story that there was a fellow whose name was Bar Kamsa, who was thrown out of a party, and because of that he was terribly hurt, and he decided that he was going to rebel against all of the Jews, because there were many distinguished people who witnessed this event and no one stood up to protest. So he traveled to Rome, and he told the Caesar that the Jews had decided to rebel against him. To test his story, the Caesar sent a lamb to be brought as an offering in the temple. And Bar Kamsa brought this lamb, and he knew that under normal circumstances it would be brought. However, he blemished this lamb, which invalidated this lamb from being brought as an offering. They went to ask Reb Zcharia ben Avkulas what to do. Should they anyway bring this lamb as an offering, seeing that it was coming from the Caesar? And he said no, because then people will say that an animal that has a blemish is kosher to be brought as an offering. They said, well, in that case, should we kill Bar Kamsa so that he doesn't go back to the Caesar and report that the Jews have rebelled? Reb Zcharia ben Avkulas said, you can't do that either, because then people will say that if someone brings a lamb that's blemished as an offering, they're put to death. Rabbi Yochanan concluded from this story, in Vesnusoi shel Reb Zcharia ben Avkulas, the humility of Rabbi Zcharia ben Avkulas is what brought the destruction of the temple and Jerusalem. And here the obvious question, of course, is, of all the terrible things that led up to the destruction of the temple, so for example, the hatred amongst Jews themselves, what about the fact that it was the Romans who destroyed the temple? Rabbi Yochanan says, no, it was the humility of Reb Zcharia ben Avkulas. How so? The Rebbe once explained, based on a teaching of the Baal Shem Tov, that the idea here is not just something that Reb Zcharia ben Avkulas had said, but it was a sentiment that was felt and held by many Jews at that time. And that was that what difference can I as an individual make? Okay, so I do a mitzvah. Okay, so I pray. So I extend of myself. But in the large scale of things, does my action really matter? Can my statement really save the temple from being destroyed? This humility is tremendously misplaced. And therefore the Rebbe said that the same is true in the positive sense. We might say to ourselves, can my action, my little action of one person amongst millions of people, can my action really make a difference? What does it matter? So if I don't do the good deed, or if I do something that I know I should not be doing, does it really matter? And here we learn the lesson in accordance with Rabbi Yochanan's teachings, that you may not have misplaced humility. You and I and each and every one of us absolutely has the ability to make a real difference with even what we consider small deeds. Thank you, and may all of our small deeds accumulate to bring about the rebuilding of the temple with the coming of Mashiach speedily in our days. Thank you.